A benefit going on now for a well-known man in the business community. Both friends and strangers coming together to support Coleman Saunders after he was shot back in June.
I have seen this happen.
Deputies in southern Kentucky are looking for a woman who stole a car from a dealership. And Pokemon are going from phones to walls at EKU.
Go ahead and just start coloring this baby.
Why this student is bringing the creatures to life.
This is WKYT News at 11.
Temperatures are cooling down. Thanks for staying up with WKYT. I'm Kristen Kennedy. We'll return to what's considered normal summer-like conditions this work week. WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell is up first with the No8 weather forecast.
And I'll tell you what, Kristen, normal sounds fantastic, and that's still the mid-80s for daytime highs. Today, we were in the mid-90s, so a change of about 10 degrees will certainly feel a whole lot better around here. We'll still have plenty of humidity with daily storm chances. Tonight, we've got plenty of heat and plenty of humidity, and it's 11 o'clock, 80 degrees in Lexington. We actually have a heat index tonight. It feels like it's 84. The fact that it's 11 o'clock and we're talking about a heat index, that's the issue here. And it feels closer to 90 in Covington, so we still have plenty of juice around. Let's get into the day tomorrow, because tomorrow's probably going to be the last day. I think we're close to 100 for heat indices across most of Kentucky. You look at our hour-by-hour run, you see the triple digits showing up, but you also see these little pockets of cooler air coming into play. That would be the thunderstorm activity. Notice it knocks us down briefly there to it feels like of 80 degrees. So with the thunderstorms around, our temperatures will go down just a little bit. Now, it's not going to stay that way, of course. Tonight on our Defender radar network, we are calm. But come tomorrow, with a front starting to press in, we will get a better chance of showers and thunderstorms. And that's going to kind of be the trend over the next 7 days here. You can see our threat for rain as we look across the board. By the time we get into Monday, it's probably the best chance we have solid around the area, and then kind of steady with scattered storm chances through most of the week. We will take a look at the hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
We are tracking a breaking news alert out of Bourbon County. Investigators are trying to figure out what caused a deadly crash tonight. The coroner went out to a crash on Russell Cave Road near Paris just before 9. She says more than one person has died in the wreck, but she is not yet releasing their names. Dozens are at a Lexington bar tonight raising money for a man many musicians know well. Last month, police say 3 men jumped and shot local music video producer Coleman Saunders. Saunders has spent a lot of time recovering from his injuries. WKYT's Caitlin Sentner is talking to his friends in our top story at 11.
We've always played music together, and like that was always kind of the bond that tied us.
For the last 20 years, music has created an unwavering bond for Ryan Jackson and Coleman Saunders.
I was in the military for 5 years, and honestly, the bond that you have there, I mean, when you play in a band with someone, it's like the same type of bond for me. I mean, you're in the trenches with them, you know. It's fun, but it's not always fun.
The not-so-fun times came when Saunders was shot during a robbery last month. He was in critical condition.
When it happened, it was a pretty big shock. So obviously what we're doing here today is gathering and trying to make everything better for him as he progresses through this.
Medical bills have started to pile up, but friends in the music community weren't going to let this music video producer worry about bills. Sunday, a lineup of 10 bands took the stage at Austin City Saloon. The fundraiser, friends say, is so fitting for Saunders. And included in the lineup, Sunday Best.
He recorded their first album, recorded almost all their videos.
So many groups stepped in to help raise money. Friends say they had to turn some away. Cody Jones says he isn't surprised by how many people stand behind Saunders.
Coleman is just a super laid-back, sweet man. I mean, he really is. He breaks his back for anybody. He'd go out of his way to help anybody out.
Physically, he's a big guy. I mean, if he's in the room, you don't have to look far for him. He's probably the tallest one in there. And his personality kind of matches.
Jackson says not a lot about their friendship has changed.
Still talk about the same things we used to. We don't talk about this very much.
He says one day Saunders is expected to play his music and produce videos once again. In Lexington, Caitlin Sentner, WKYT.
Friends say Saunders' medical bills right now run well into the 6-digit figure. They've set up a fundraising page to help him out. A Kentucky woman seriously injured in a cycling event in France is still in ICU tonight. Former State Auditor Bob Babbage says his wife was riding in an event in conjunction with the Tour de France when she suffered a head injury. Laura Babbage is still in serious condition but is stable. Babbage says she's been under an induced coma for a few days now. He posted on Facebook, doctors have started the process of slowing down the coma. There will be a community prayer service for Laura Monday night at 7 at the Cathedral of Christ the King in Lexington. The Wayne County coroner says one person drowned this weekend at Lake Cumberland. Deputy coroners are investigating. They're not releasing a lot of details at this time, but they do tell us they found the body early Saturday morning. Deputies in Whitley County are looking for a woman they say stole a car from a dealership. The owner of Cumberland Falls Auto says a woman test drove a car and never returned. Police say she is 30-year-old Laurel Lee Cawley. She left the dealership in a 2005 Chevy Equinox. The sheriff says the dealership's location, right off the interstate, makes it a hot spot for auto theft.
In my years as a police officer, I have seen this happen. You're liable to see anything come off this interstate.
Deputies say the car Cawley left in the parking lot was a 1994 white Nissan. That Nissan was reported stolen in Pulaski County. She has warrants out for her arrest there as well. He's got to draw them all. An Eastern Kentucky University student's love of Pokemon is coming to life around campus. Wiley Caudle is drawing the pocket monsters on buildings. And as WKYT's Sabir Rayford found out, EKU is using those drawings to get in the Pokemon Go craze.
It's not unusual to see an inspiring piece of art around a college campus. But take a second look around Eastern Kentucky University and you might just catch a Pokemon.
Hope I don't miss. I only have one Pokeball left.
The original Pokemon card game came out the year Wiley Caudle was born, but as soon as he was old enough to indulge, he was hooked.
It's just been a huge part of my childhood, and I just never let it go.
Now Caudle has taken his love for Pokemon from the phone screen to the walls of EKU's campus.
Go ahead and just start coloring this baby. Part of the art I like is that it doesn't stick around, so you have to, if you want to come see it in person, you better move fast because the rain's going to come and it'll wash it right away.
Caudle says this is something he's been doing for a while, but after someone in the marketing department saw one of his drawings, they decided to start a campaign called Pokemon EKU. He says drawing them on campus can sometimes be too much of a showstopper.
Yesterday I had facilities kind of shut me down because they didn't realize I had permission to do this around campus. And they asked me to stop. Sometimes I get the police called on me because people will drive by and think it's spray paint because it turns out so smooth, like paint.
But he's not letting a few bumps stop him. Caudle says he is focused on finishing this collection one Pokemon at a time. In Richmond, Sabir Rayford, WKYT.
Caudle says a mural usually takes around 4 to 5 hours to complete. Fayette County Public Schools leaders are getting ready to go back to school. They kicked off the unofficial start of the school year with the second annual Fayette County Public Schools Family Reunion. Superintendent Manny Kalk spent time out at Whitaker Bank Ballpark greeting district employees. His son threw out the first pitch. Students head back to school August 10th. After the Legends game, first responders hit the field for the annual Police versus Fire softball game. Money raised from this year's Guns and Hoses t-shirt sales go to the families of firefighter Matt Logston and Detective Philip Harrison. Both passed away earlier this month from cancer.
We'll constantly remind each other about that, and why we're here is to just have fun, even though we get caught up in the competitiveness, of course. We'll be reminding each other that we're here to have fun and for a great cause and a little brotherhood.
Lexington police defended their title today and won 8-3. Baseball fans in northern Kentucky showed their support tonight for first responders. The Florence Freedom Team wore blue to honor fallen officers. Everyone who attended the game also wore blue for the Turn the Ballpark Blue event. Half of all ticket sales go to the families of the officers killed in Dallas and Baton Rouge. Nearly 24 officers threw out a synchronized ceremonial first pitch. Here in central Kentucky, people in Versailles are holding a service to support law enforcement and pray for their safety. The service starts at 7 tomorrow night on Court Street. Everyone is invited to attend. Still ahead on WKYT, A major shakeup for the Democratic Party a day before their national convention.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
It was certainly a hot one out there today with daytime highs and low to mid-90s. Actual air temperatures were playing right around that. Heat index values in the triple digits in many spots. They'd go up and then they go back down, so upper 90s to around 100 for many of us today. Still holding on to some 80s out there tonight. Lexington being one of those spots, 81 into Frankfort, and more 80s hanging out across parts of eastern Kentucky here. Tomorrow, we likely get around 90 again. Heat index values could approach triple digits, depending on the timing of the rain. If we get some showers and storms in here quick into the early afternoon, then we might not get quite as hot because we'll have that natural cooling from the rain. Tonight, just some cloud cover showing up in the skies across Kentucky. Off to the north, we actually have some thunderstorms attached to a frontal boundary that's going to get a little bit closer to us. When it gets closer, it'll enhance our chances of thunderstorms as we head through the next few days. Once it gets into town, it's going to keep a daily threat of thunderstorms with us for a little while here. Even tomorrow, as it starts to push in, it could even spark maybe some strong or even severe activity. Watch as it stretches its legs, starts to get here. It starts enhancing those showers and thunderstorms. We're into the afternoon, 4 o'clock tomorrow when we are on the air with our first afternoon evening newscast. We are tracking showers and thunderstorms at that point. They look even a little heavier along the boundary itself, and again, that's where we can run into that severe threat. Pushes a little more toward the south as we get into Tuesday. Notice it's not in a great hurry to go anywhere. What it will do beginning Tuesday is it parks and hangs out and kind of meanders back and forth across Kentucky, keeping the threat of showers and thunderstorms alive. Not only there, but beyond that. So we run into that marginal risk of severe weather into the day on Monday as well. Here's what the front does beyond that to keep that daily storm threat. It's just parked there. It'll hang out Tuesday, Wednesday, and into Thursday. Should start checking back to the north. But as long as it's here, we're going to have repeat thunderstorms during midweek with localized flash flood threat showing up here in many locations. What I'm showing you now is just a general rainfall forecast over the next 7 days. And you can see that it's already loaded with moisture, picking up in 7 days 2 to up to 3 inches of rain. That is just to show you that there's that much water out there. We could run into pockets of heavier rain, even with the storms tomorrow, that could be even higher than that at times. So that's how much potential there is moving forward over the next several days. So we'll watch for that flood threat, and we'll also watch those daytime highs kind of peel back to where they should be for this time of year, getting closer to the mid and into the upper 80s, which will be a break compared to today at least, right?
Yes, it will. I will take it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Well, all extreme heat and humidity can be deadly. Volunteers from the Catholic Action Center in Lexington are collecting items like bottled water to help keep people on the streets cool and safe this summer. They say right now their supply isn't keeping up with their demand.
If folks see people on the side of the road and if they carry around some water bottles in their car, ask them if they want them. You may be saving a life.
The center's greatest needs right now are bottled water, sports drinks, and sunscreen. Next on WKYT, could the World Equestrian Games return to Lexington soon? Organizers are looking for a new home for 2018. Tuesday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $422 million, and Wednesday night's Powerball jackpot is $15 million. A new email scandal is rocking the Democratic Party, and one party leader is planning to resign at the end of the week. Danielle Nottingham has the latest campaign 2016 news from Philadelphia.
Thousands of Democrats, including Bernie Sanders supporters, have arrived in Philadelphia for the Democratic National Convention, and there's already drama before the gavel falls.
Hello, South Florida.
DNC Chair Debbie Wasserman Schultz announced her resignation. It comes days after an email scandal appeared to show party leaders favored Clinton in the primaries and plotted to question Bernie Sanders' religion.
Nobody has apologized to me. I think these emails reiterate that reason why she should not be chair.
Wasserman Schultz's Republican counterpart, Reince Priebus, said the email leaks show long-standing bitterness within the party.
The DNC was tipping the scale the entire time for Hillary Clinton.
First Lady Michelle Obama will be here at the Wells Fargo Center to address the crowd Monday evening. The theme is United Together. But that could be a tough sell for some Sanders supporters who say they won't vote for Clinton.
We have 2,000 confirmed reports of election fraud across the United States, and those emails that were released prove it.
Another sign some issues need to be resolved if Democrats want a unified party in November. Danielle Nottingham, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Hillary Clinton will officially become the Democratic nominee Tuesday. And another reminder tonight, if you want to weigh in on some issues in Kentucky, Senator Rand Paul plans to visit eastern Kentucky next week for a series of town hall meetings. Paul will start a string of meetings in Pineville Tuesday and then go to Whitesburg. Wednesday, he will stop in Pikeville and Campton. We checked Lexington Mayor Jim Gray's website. He is Paul's Democratic opponent for the Senate seat. He has not posted any scheduled events next week, but he did stop by the Shelby County Democratic Party annual picnic earlier today. The International Olympic Committee will not issue a blanket ban on Russian athletes hoping to compete in the 2016 Olympic Games. The decision comes just 12 days before the Games opening. The committee rejected calls from the World Anti-Doping Agency to exclude the Russian Olympic team after allegations of state-sponsored cheating. The 2018 World Equestrian Games no longer have a home. They are parting ways with host city Quebec. Our partners at the Herald Leader report Bromont, Quebec did not have the financial resources or sponsor backing needed for the Games. They are scheduled for August 2018. Canada got the Games in 2014. Lexington hosted in 2010 and had an unsuccessful bid for 2018. The organization behind the Games is looking for a new host city. Lee Kay's in next with sports. UK football is just around the corner.
It is. Fall camp will get underway soon, and defensive coordinator DJ Elliott tells us what gives him the most confidence with his defense. And Ken Griffey Jr. is inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame. That's next in sports. Kentucky football will need a big boost from its defense in order to have a good season in 2016. Just how good that defense will be is still yet to be determined. Many question marks remain on the defensive line, and the linebackers lack experience. The best looking group on paper, at least, is the secondary. It's the part of the defense that gives defensive coordinator DJ Elliott the most confidence.
I feel like this is the first year that we've had a veteran secondary. I'm excited about how well they've developed, and not only how they finished last season, but how much better they've gotten in the off season, in spring, and in the summer. So I'm really excited about that aspect of our defense.
We are 41 days until kickoff to the UK football season. Tonight, our nightly countdown, we look at the number 41. Players that have worn that number include Josh Allen, Wilbur Hackett, and Danny Trevathan. Tailback Derek Logan holds the UK single game record for rushing attempts of 41, twice carrying 41 times in one game. And it was the 41-yard line where Trevard Lindley intercepted Matthew Stafford in the 2006 win over Georgia, helping propel Kentucky to the Music City Bowl. For more fun facts, you can visit WKYT.com. DeMarcus Cousins recorded a double-double in Team USA's first exhibition game against Argentina on Friday. Tonight, Boogie was back on the court, USA facing China at the Staples Center for the second exhibition. Kevin Durant and Cousins working the pick and roll in the first. Cousins gets the and one to go. In the second quarter, off the miss by Paul George, Cousins pulls down the rebound and puts it back in. The lead was 27. Final minute of the half. Check out the nice little spin and score from Boogie. DeMarcus finished with 12 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists in USA's 106-57 win over China. His charisma and his perfect swing made him one of the most iconic players of his generation. And this afternoon, Ken Griffey Jr. entered into baseball's Hall of Fame. A 13-time All-Star and 1997 MVP, the kid had 10 Gold Gloves, 630 home runs with the Mariners, Reds, and White Sox. During his speech, he talked about the unique opportunity to take the field with his father during the 1990 season when both were playing for the Mariners.
In baseball, there's certain things of You can call somebody a fossil, graybeard, grandpa, dad, pops, but I got a chance to say it and mean it. We had back-to-back home runs. We're the first father and son. We're the first father and son to win MVPs in an All-Star game.
Speaking of those Reds, they were looking for a 4th straight win today, hosting the Diamondbacks. First inning, Cincinnati down 1-0, 2 on for Adam Duvall. He singles off Zach Godley, 2-runner score. The Reds take the lead 2-1. 5th inning, now tied at 5. Paul Goldschmidt takes Brandon Finnegan up and over the wall. That one's not coming back. Diamondbacks retake the lead 6-5. 9th inning now, 9-5 Arizona. Jay Bruce smashes a 3-run home run. Puts the Reds down by just a run, but Arizona would get the 9-8 win. The Lexington Fire Department rappelled down from their bucket trucks to deliver the game ball for today's Legends game. And the Legends offense was on fire for most of the game, tied at 7 in the 8th. Michael Hill has the bases loaded, and with one swing of the bat, he unloads them. A grand slam to give Lexington the 11-7 lead. But Columbia would tie it up at 11 in the 9th inning when Travis Mazes goes high and deep, and goodbye. The walk-off home run, 23 runs scored at the ballpark today, and Lexington had 12 of them. And they pick up the 12-11 win. Jeff Gordon coming out of retirement in Dale Earnhardt's car for today's Brickyard 400. Gordon finished 13th. With 7 laps to go, we've got the big one as Carl Edwards runs into Ryan Newman. That creates a wreck on the track. 5 cars involved. The race would actually go into overtime, and on the restart, another crash. This time, Jamie McMurray, Brian Scott, Austin Dillon, all involved. Finally, there would be a clean restart, and Kyle Busch pulls away from the field, takes the checkered flag at the Brickyard 400. So big day for him.
Jeff Gordon was looking good out there.
Yeah, I mean, he came out of retirement. He's only been retired for a couple of months now, but yeah, it's good. The retirement didn't last long, I guess.
We'll be right back with a final look at weather. I'm going to call it cool down.
It's safe to say that. I mean, there's going to be, in some cases, almost a 10-degree difference from daytime highs today compared to a few days next week. We got to 95 today, so we're swinging, taking a big swing there in temperatures. Showers, thunderstorms likely each day. If you get caught under one, it could be even cooler than that daytime high. It is a very hard forecast to put together because not everybody's going to be at 88 or 89. Some could be a little bit cooler than that, guys.
Not everyone's going to see all that rain either.
That's right, so keep that in mind.
And thanks for joining us right here. We hope you have a good evening.